Greetings. Welcome to the Mid-Missouri Kayak and Weather Report for April 2022. At 1:45 in the afternoon on Tuesday, April 13th, the temperature is 78 degrees. We're headed for a high of 80. We've had mid to high 60s past few days. We're going to have 60s right after this. It is a partly cloudy day. It started out totally overcast, and it's now partly cloudy. It's going to go back to overcast because we have rain coming tonight. We have had some steady rain the past couple of days, which enabled me to launch and paddle on a stretch of the Moreau River that I haven't done in about a year. The water's been so low. I've come here a couple times and water was too low to launch. So today it was. I am on the Moreau River at the Honey Creek access, and the water is high enough. I actually got into Honey Creek, which is a tenth of a mile or two from the boat ramp, and I paddled into that for a tenth of a mile. Now when I'm done, I will have just under 6 miles. I'll have about 5.8 miles. So yeah, I paddled upstream, and when I turned around I was at the 3-mile point, so take those 2/10 off on the return trip. So yeah, 5.8 miles. And that's as far as I've gone in a while. I've gone a little further once before, but yeah, at 3 miles I was standing still on the water trying to fight the current. I have seen turkey vultures, a couple of Canada geese, kingfisher, cardinal, and yeah, I think that's about, oh yeah, swallows are going around underneath and out and into the sunlight under this overhang that I'm at, which is my favorite spot on any of the rivers around here. So yeah, to not get to this thing in a year. I looked, and I was here on April 6th of last year of 2021, and the temperature was 78 degrees. Yeah. So yeah, that's it here, up and down, up and down. Now, 2 miles from the launch is, or actually it's something like a mile and 8/10. Take off those 2/10 from my side trip, and that's where I go under the bridge for Highway 54, US 54. And half the time when I go that far, I cannot get underneath that bridge because there are big rocks that are either 6 inches under water or they're out of the water, and you know, I just can't get past them. But I was able to do that here. Now there are several stretches where there's definitely logs or big boulders underwater. So the things that I'm probably used to seeing at lower water, because I could feel the kayak hump right over them. Yeah, submerged logs. And that stretch north of 54 is right in the swath of the tornado that we had that roared through here 3 years ago. That was in May of 2019. And there are still, it's just past Highway 54, so that would be west of it on the map. And there's still debris from that tornado. I mean, it's all farmland around here, so who's going to go down by the creek side and get the stuff that's there? There's corrugated steel and aluminum, you know, like siding and soffit type material, that sort of thing. Trees broken off. You can see where the trees are broken off by the tornado. So yeah. And then up in that section a little further on, I saw a couple trees that clearly were victims of lightning strikes. They were pretty well burned out. In fact, one of them was probably a pretty massive tree, and it was, all it was left was some of the trunk going up about 6 feet. Yeah, all blackened out. So that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. So what else is there to cover? Oh, well, I'm happy with my new laptop. It's working fine. That is working just dandy. I'm happy with that. No problems there. My car's running fine. Had the new engine put in back in January, and that is running fine now. So get another year out of that before I replace it. I'll be happy. Maybe longer. So I want to get a new car, and you know what it's like. They say having to wait for delivery because of parts. But yeah, end of the year. Nothing else going on. I'm going to be traveling in August. Family gathering at peek and peek at an Airbnb for a weekend. And then Bonnie and I have arranged for stay at the Glen Iris Inn at Ledgeworth State Park for a couple of nights after that. A couple of nights before it, a bed and breakfast in Erie. So yeah, there's a week of our time right there. Hopefully we're going to travel east first, going to head towards Pennsylvania and New Jersey before doubling back to Erie. And then a couple days up to Buffalo area, go up to see the lake and the river and the falls. That's about it. I think that's all I have to cover right now. It's a beautiful day. The only green trees so far, a little bit of buds on the sycamores. And there is some green, I'm not sure what that is, maybe it's ash coming through. But yeah, there's green on the banks. Grass is growing. We've had a turnover in our neighborhood. House 2 doors from us, we're on a cul-de-sac, and we're on the side of it, the circle, and right at the end of the circle, that house sold. The sign came down, it was under contract the day that they put it up. Yeah. Meanwhile, the one across from us, actually out of the circle, just right at the edge of the circle, that was up for a month. Never saw anybody there for an open house or anything, but the sign came down yesterday. So, yeah. Within a 3-block area of us, there will be, oh, I don't know, 2 to 3 houses sold in the course of a year. Bonnie says that there's a high turnover because of state workers. Sometimes they'll transfer into the capital and maybe go to another part of the state and that sort of thing. So, and some nice houses in our neighborhood, but there are quite a few of them that are rentals. Yeah. So, all right, that's it. Nothing else to do except paddle back. This has been your Mid-Missouri Kayak and Weather Report for April 2022. Ciao, folks, and vlog on. Hear that wind roaring?